All right, so we are in CKLA Core Knowledge Language Arts, Unit 4, Kindergarten, and Units 1 through 3 have been prepping them for handwriting and reading, and now we actually have like a little book we can print, so that's exciting. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and go to the big book. I'm going to download that, show in folder, and get a nice big full screen. Open it up, and then this is set up to where each of these is full page, and I don't want it to be a full page. So, for example, this is just like I don't know, the picture that goes along with the whole book. I don't know why it's so big. Let's see, a little bit smaller. So then pet cat, if I printed it as is, would be an entire page. Then I have the picture of the pet cat, and that's going to take up a lot of ink, and I don't want a full page. So what I do is I go to print, and I'm going to print just starting on number 6, page 6, down to, why is this not letting me do this? 37. I'll just put it on here because I looked ahead of time, and 6 through 37. So I'm going to go custom pages 6 through 37. So right now, again, that's full page, but I don't want it full page. So I'm going to go down here and say how many pages per sheet of paper do I want. And if I did, let's say 16, then it would be that many per page, and I would end up with 2 full pages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will show you what that looks like and what you can do next. So hold on, and I'll come back shortly to share what I'm doing. Okay, so I printed it out where there are 16 per page. Looks like this. I went ahead and folded it in half and then folded these in the middle so I can get them relatively the same size when I cut them out after I laminate them. So I'm going to fold it in half this way, fold it in half to the middle. And that way when I laminate them, then I'll have a good guide of cutting them out to be approximately the same size. I went ahead and also, just to show you, then I'm bigger, this is what it would look like if you had 4 per page. Same thing, I would fold it in half to get my crease lines so I know where to cut. And fold it in half hot dog style. And then I'm going to come back and do that to all my pages and laminate them and show you what it looks like. So these laminating sleeves that you can get on Amazon, and a little personal laminator is what I use. These are not the thicker ones. From now on, when I order, I will order the thicker ones, but these still work pretty well. Again, I'll show you when they're done. Okay, so they are now 16 per sheet. I laminated them. If you're not going to cut them out and use them as individual cards like I am, you can just slide them into plastic sleeves and save yourself the energy and resources of laminating them. But this is this is the entire quote book, big book, on 2 pages. So you can leave it like this and just have a book, pet cat, pet dog, etc. I'll show you something else that you can do with it, a little more manipulative. If you want to see it as it is on page 4 per page, it looks like this. And again, if you want to just do it as a book, just do it in some sleeves. And pet cat, pet dog, pig on hog, etc. So those are some options. Also, and this is my favorite way to do it, you can print only the pictures on one page, only the words on another page. The next step I do with that is cut out the pictures. Now I'm going to cut my pictures out around the little, like the natural frame that it makes when you put it like this. And so they'll be a little bit smaller than the words, and I'll show you what's next. So now I have the pictures cut, again, along those natural borders, and I have the words. And so then they can just read pet cat, or even, and then they can look for the picture that shows the pet cat. You kind of have to show them the first round you know, what you're looking for, but have the pictures spread out where they can see them. And pet cat is this one. Pet dog, you would read it, look for the picture. Pet pig, there's pet hog, etc. So they can do all of that, and then they would look for cat on mat, cat in fog, etc. And so then they just have their whole page full of this. So it's more manipulative that way. If you wanted, you could add some little Velcro dots and make it where it will stick so they're not all running loose. Then you can slide this into a gallon baggie, put these in there, and have a place to store it all. So then you have something you can send home or just have a kid go to a center, open it up, and read it all. And I've not done this, but if you wanted to have it self-checking, you could just print a page of the pictures in the correct order, and then they can have it right next to this and see if the pictures that they have on there match the pictures that you printed as well, to have a little self-checking system. So that's what you can do with those. I have small groups, so what I can do is have a student. I can have this at my table, and they would read it. They would say pet cat, and I could have all the pictures over at a different table, and they would have to go find that and bring it to me. And while they're looking, the next person can read theirs, pet dog. They go look for it while the third person is reading theirs, and so they just go to the back of the line after they get their picture, and it just works out nicely. And it's a lot more interactive, got some movement involved, which is nice too. So similar to that, but where the pictures are separate, you could have the pictures laid out on a different table. This way you can control the cards. Kiddo, you show a kid a card, he reads it to you. He goes to get the picture, brings it back to you. Again, if you've got that small group of line of kids, while that kiddo's looking for the right picture, the next one reads his and goes to look for it. So again, I like it a little better like this. Not as many moving parts. It's just a little neater. I prefer to have the pictures on a page and cut out the words. It's just kind of harder to I don't know. I liked having the something smaller going on something bigger. Otherwise, they overlap. So if you're not worried about neatness, I would have the words where you can hand the kid the word. They read it, they go get the picture and bring it back to you, or go put it on the picture. Anyway, and same idea, but with the bigger cards, you would have the pictures on a different table. Kiddo would come read Pet Pig and go find the picture and bring it back to you. And it's a little bit bigger, better, I think, for kindergarten hands. Also looks nicer. So if you're into, how things look, that does look a lot nicer than the smaller pictures cut up individually. Finally, this would be the 4 per page in a bag. You can store it that way. This is the 16 per page in a bag. And this is what it would look like if you had the words not cut and the pictures cut, or if you flipped it and these were pictures here and the words were cut. That's what it'd be in a gallon bag. So anyway, lots of good stuff you can do with it. Also, you can just have it as a book. All right, hope that helps.